Rome wasn't built in a day, but it kind of fell apart in one. After centuries of gradual decline, the Western Roman Empire fell in 476 AD, when Germanic people stormed the gates of Rome and deposed its emperor. But they weren't the first barbarians to do so. Rome had been under pressure from outside for decades, and those external pressures had a lot to do with how and why the empire fell. The last centuries of the Western Roman Empire were marked by a lot of internal corruption and a gradual weakening of the empire's infrastructure and institutions. Corruption was so widespread that even the Praetorian Guard, the elite military unit tasked with protecting the emperor, were regularly selling their loyalty to the highest bidder. This meant that when Rome's enemies came knocking, the city's defenses were practically non-existent. But the real problem was that Rome had been under constant pressure from outside for decades before the final Germanic invasion. Various groups of Germanic people had been moving into the empire for years, and their strategic movements created a sort of pincer movement that intensified the pressures on Rome. To make matters worse, the colonists Rome had sent out to settle the vast province of Germania had been in open revolt against the empire for years. By the 4th century, the empire was being pulled in multiple directions by various barbarian groups. In the north, the Goths were pushing into Italy. In the west, the Vandals were sacking coastal cities. And in the east, the Huns were marching into the Balkans. With its population dwindling and its defenses crumbling, Rome was in no shape to withstand these invasions. What really brought down the empire was the combination of external pressures and internal decay. While the Germanic people who sacked Rome in 476 AD are often made out to be the villains of the story, they were more like the executioners of a dying man. The corrupt and ineffective Roman government had already done the hard work of dismantling its own institutions and leaving the empire wide open for invasion. The Germanic people simply finished the job.